Hello YouTube, I am going to take apart this Philips Sonicare Diamondclean toothbrush, 150 quid's worth of toothbrush, and I'm probably going to wreck it, but I'm going to do it so that you don't have to. I don't know what the conclusion will be yet, but here we go. Now I have to warn the viewers of this video that the video ends without my having fixed the toothbrush. It ends in the abject failure of my fixing the toothbrush. You have been warned. There is no need to downvote the video because it is not a video that tells you how to fix your toothbrush. However, you're welcome to downvote the video if you like. I don't really mind, but hopefully this might be useful, this video, to some people who do embark upon trying to fix the toothbrush in avoiding some pitfalls that I learnt about whilst dismantling the toothbrush. This is for fun only. This is not a guide to help you fix your toothbrush. Thanks. Right, first of all, I took off the little plastic white retaining kind of clip that goes on here. Mine's manked. This is just black goo from brushing your teeth and goo and general goo. Anyway, I took off the little white retaining thing that went over this sleeve. You do not have to do this. I was being an idiot. And what I did was I snapped it and it pinged off somewhere behind this cabinet. So first advice is leave this thing on. Now my second advice is, turning this toothbrush round, is that there is apparently only one way to get this open. First of all, you'll see in here this little white hole at the top, just above my thumb. This was actually a gold hole, rose gold it was, before I shoved a screwdriver hard at it, thinking that it would expose a hole underneath and I could pry it open from there. Anyway, it didn't. It exposed, well, just the white clip underneath. Basically, that does nothing. There's no point in touching that, so leave it. How you get this open, and you are going to make a pig's ear of it. There is no other way. How you get this out? Well, I've seen on iFixit that someone has tried clamping with some cardboard around here to protect it, and then putting it in a vise and doing the vise up very hard. I did this and it just didn't come out. Nothing popped open. I pulled at it with it in the vise, nothing happened. So that is why I conclude that you have to wreck it. Anyway, we don't care about wrecking it because we think, well, I've paid 150 quid for a toothbrush, or 70 or however much he paid, and frankly I just want the damn thing working without having to shell out more. So we go ahead and we shove a screwdriver in. Now when you shove the screwdriver in, this is obviously flush, I haven't put it back. When you shove the screwdriver in, the thing you have to know is that you have a seal, and this seal will break when you shove the screwdriver in. At least it will if you don't know that it's there. But now you know that this seal is here, you can try to not break it. That is lesson number 1. Try to not break this seal. You can probably manage to not break the seal by just gently easing it up. First on that side. So basically you shove a very, very small flathead screwdriver in down at that angle, straight down on one side. You gently lift it up just below that lip. And sorry I'm not showing you, I haven't got enough hands and I don't have a rig here to show you. And you do the same again on that side, you do the same on that side, and eventually it pops out, and you do not kind of slide it that way. You just push down and lever up. If you slide it, it will break this seal. Anyway, let's put the seal down. Now we have got this thing open. I've wrecked mine completely. You can just kind of pull it and it does eventually come out. This is what it looks like for your information. If you're wondering where to put your screwdriver, I don't think it will really help. That's what it looks like. And then what we have inside is, well, of course yours isn't as mangled as this, is it? Yours looks like it hasn't been tampered with by an idiot. But there we go. how to get this thing out? Well, I mean, you tap it on here like this. Bang, 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 bang. Nothing happens. You start going at it with a pair of Knipex pliers, and it does not come out. And that is where I am in this video so far. So I'm going to stop the video and try some more things, and then hopefully come back to you with more information. I really don't know the best way of doing this, but yeah, that's okay. That has now come out. So I'll tell you what I did. I literally shoved it in there. Focus. Yeah, I need a big Clive style recording rig here to focus because it's not set up. I literally did that, pulled up, and as you can see, I've knackered that section there as well. Anyway, I've done it. Honestly, I cannot see a way of doing this without completely wrecking it. I just cannot. Look how much I've mangled that trying to get the damn thing out. Anyway, it's out, and I have a feeling we might still be able to get it back together. Obviously, the only thing that's gone now, for me anyway, hopefully not for you, is this seal, but I don't really care about the seal. I just want the thing working, and then it'll break when it breaks, and I'll buy a new one. So here we go, let's pull this out, and that's what it looks like. Now, the problem with mine was that when you press this power button, which I'll do, you'll see the lights flash and nothing happens. So 3, 2, 1, beep. You can see that little pulsating. I'll do it in the dark. 3, 2, 1, beep. Bit of a pulsating light flash. There you go. And the motor doesn't come on. Now, this is the wireless charger, presumably at the bottom, which I've absolutely, well, that's completely wanged that, haven't I? Maybe that'll work afterwards, who knows. It might be just not as efficient as it was before, or take a bit longer to charge. Who knows, I'll find out. And this is the coil for the motor, and some fix-it tutorials I've seen have talked about this motor not, there being a magnet somewhere here that needs kind of positioning. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. And on the back, so this is the front, that's the button. On the back, there is this little tiny screw, which we're now going to unscrew. And we're going to undo the screw. There we go. Undoing the screw, and that's done. Not quite, perhaps. Surely it is. Right, well, first failure. Undoing the screw was possible, but it just wouldn't come out. It was getting stuck on something, so I'm not sure what that was getting stuck on, but it is not going to come out. By the way, this little plastic cover comes off. It comes off this lithium-ion battery. It just literally pulls off. So rather than messing around with that screw anymore, I thought what I'll do is I'll pull this little spring-loaded section out, which you can do by just pulling hard. And then this whole mechanism seems to slide down, up and down on this rail here. I don't know if you can see that rail. It just slides up and down. And how do we get this out? It seems to be tethered at the top. We're able to pull this board back. There's no screw in there, so we can't get that out there. Really what we want to do is just dismantle this mechanism here, I believe. That is where we want to go with this. Or just get to it somehow. Now one thing I didn't spot is this little retaining clip. I think if we push that down, oh, that's bent. We might, yes, that's done it. And then what if I pull up on here? Perhaps if I pull up on here whilst pulling the motor down, it might all, oh yeah, that's definitely bent. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. You know what, there is, oh, hello, that has just popped off. Honestly, I can't tell you how, but it has, and it's exposing another screw. And that is good news, isn't it? Battery's still connected. I don't think I'm at risk of like damaging myself. It's very low voltage. I mean, obviously I could damage. All right, that screw's now out. This is not progress, really, is it? I mean, this is just the screw's out. This motor is now out. Hurrah! Presumably, this is the magnet at the top that people are talking about. Is this magnetic? Let's find out. Whoa, yeah, that is highly magnetic. So I think this might have just come out of alignment, or might need kind of realigning. Now I've taken the whole damn thing apart. I suspect the solution to this problem might be in here, actually. I mean, I'm not being sure how to even take this thing apart. I'm going to just start bending. That's good, isn't it? Now what's in here? No, I can't get it. Anyway, I don't really want this video to be completely in vain, so I'm going to try and salvage the video. This is a motor, but it's not really like a normal motor in that it doesn't have any spinning parts. The oscillating electromagnetic force actually occurs across these two pads, which I think have become corroded, and I think that might be the cause of the problem. And there, I think what is going on here is this bracket here is designed to hold this at like a millimetre gap or some kind of gap, so it's not touching this thing, but the EMF causes this little magnet to rotate like this. It's difficult to show you, but like that. I don't think it goes side to side, I think it goes like that. And that's what causes this sonic toothbrushing. Now, obviously, if that is touching like that, it ain't going to work, because there needs to be an air gap between the two. So this can rotate freely. Or not rotate, but kind of oscillate freely. Likewise, if this has become too corroded, and, you know, there is a chance that the gap that was there before is being filled by kind of rust or debris or whatever. And likewise, if that is not clean, any of these things could cause friction to be too great and therefore basically cause the thing to not work properly. So yeah, the takeaway really is that there needs to be an air gap between these two parts. And now I've bent this, I mean, there's no chance of ever getting that back to as it was again. So my advice would be, if you're going to try taking this apart, whatever you do, first of all, don't break the seals on your way in, and do not bend these. You'll just never get it back the same again. I've tried and I've not been able to. As soon as you put this into here, which is nigh on impossible to do without bending it, you'll notice that goes in and that just touches immediately. We are not getting the required air gap for that to rotate freely. It's just not working at all. So I don't know whether this mechanism is the thing that holds it in that direction. I just don't know what is causing that gap to be there. I can tell you that without it, this is not going to oscillate freely, and therefore it's just not going to work. I'm pretty sure that is correct, but you can hear that click. That is the magnet engaging, so that means I don't think it's going to work anymore. So if you ever try and take this apart, good luck, but I don't really think it's serviceable.